It's my last day in Berlin, the day after the Superbooth Synthesizer Festival. I've spent a lovely 3 days walking around, looking at synthesizers, but now it's time for a change. My friend Jorb and I have decided to check out the Mauer Park Flea Market. This place has everything. We stopped to check out the large array of vintage camera gear.
Junk, yeah.
As we make the rounds, I tell Jorb my origin story, how I owe my entire love of flea markets to a book I was given when I was 8. Tintin's The Secret of the Unicorn. The book opens in a European flea market, much like this one, filled with sculptures, bric-a-brac, and pickpockets. Tintin, our ageless protagonist, spots a beautiful model ship. He doesn't know it yet, but the object he's found is the start of a long adventure, one that I would read and reread many times over the course of my childhood. Anyway, as I look out across this sea of junk, I wonder what my model ship will be. Well, that didn't take long. I just found this instrument for sale. I try to figure out the price in German and end up bargaining by accident.
No, 55, 30 okay.
30, okay?
Yep.
Let me see if I have it. Okay, hold on. Are you filming this?
I got him.
This is like literally the exact amount of cash that I have.
I'll get your bus fare.
Yeah. Oh, it's so... Okay. Danke. Oh my God.
It's perfect size for a check bag.
Sorry, are you David?
Yeah.
So yeah, just then, right at that very moment, somebody recognizes me.
Can we maybe get a picture or something?
Absolutely, yeah. Sorry,
He has to be holding this.
I have to be holding this thing that I just bought.
From this point on, I walk around the flea market in a daze. At one point, I strike up a conversation with the lovely French family. At the end of the conversation, they ask me if I'm the same guy who made the video about the Omnichord. Kind of surreal.
I still have no idea how to play this thing. I'm gonna go back to the hotel and do some research.
So I'm back at the hotel with the instrument of the day. It is either something called a baglama or something called a saz. It is originally a Turkish folk instrument, and that's pretty much all I know. I don't know how it's tuned. I'm going to look that up right now. And I'm also going to try to sample it right here in the hotel room. And the reason for that is I actually have no idea how I'm going to get this back to the States. It was a kind of an impulse purchase and perhaps a foolish one. So I'm going to sample it here just in case it somehow doesn't make it back to the US.
I found a good video that shows how to tune it.
In no time, you will be tuning the saz like a pro.
Okay, I've tuned it up and I'm trying to play it. It came with this pick, which I guess is what is traditionally used, but I can't make peace with it. It's just, oh my God, it's something to sample right there.
Okay, let's try finger picking instead.
Oh, major chord. It's actually a pretty interesting system. It seems like you can actually play like a major and a minor scale, but it also has these extra frets so that you can play traditional Turkish scales. So pretty cool. It's got a very pretty sound, owing in part to the doubled strings. Some of the strings are exact doubles and some of them are octaves apart, like a 12-string guitar. But either way, quite beautiful. So really, really happy with this purchase. I have no idea how I'm going to get this back to Philadelphia. I looked it up on the airline website, and it says if I want to bring an instrument of this size on the airplane, I have to book an entire separate ticket. Yeah, that's not happening. I think I'm just going to bring it to the airport and try to carry it on as like a carry-on item and see what happens. And if they confiscate it, they confiscate it. Hopefully that does not happen. Well, this is it. I'm at the airport and I'm about to go through security. Wish me luck. Of course. I'm being pulled aside. So I just had a really great interaction at the security at the Berlin airport. I was going through the machine and they were scanning this thing, and 3 of the security personnel there were Turkish, and one of them even played the saz, and he like picked it up and tried to play it, but of course it's out of tune. But either way, it was a really nice interaction, and unfortunately I didn't capture it on camera because my camera was actually going through the other scanner at the time this was all taking place. So it exists only as a memory for me. I have a lot of time to kill in the Berlin airport now because I arrived super early thinking I was going to have trouble with this instrument. And now it's just about getting it on the airplane. Good news, they let me put it in the coat closet in first class. So I think I'm pretty much set here. Okay, I'm back home in Philadelphia, and as you can see, the instrument survived just fine. In fact, it couldn't have gone any better. Also, there's a new piece of information. I had a stopover in Frankfurt for about an hour, and I had to go through security again, which normally I would have thought was kind of a big nuisance. But one of the women working there was Turkish, and she seemed to know quite a bit more about the instrument. She said it's called a balama, and there's a short neck version and a long neck version. So I'm going to do some research now and find out which of the 2 I have. According to this website, I can figure out which one I've got by measuring the body. My balama's body is just over 38 centimeters long, which means what I have here is a short neck balama. It's strange that mine only has 18 frets. Pretty much everywhere it says that they should have 19. Anyway, knowing which variety of balama I have is super useful, because now I know which strings to order. While I wait for those strings to arrive, I'm going to try to address some of the other issues with the instrument. Most importantly, this large crack in the resonating chamber. Let's move over to the workbench. To fix this, I'm going to use hide glue. This is the kind of glue that's usually recommended for bowl-back instruments, in part because it's easily reversible if you make a mistake. Once I've glued it, I wipe off the excess with a damp rag, and then I clamp it. Only no clamp I have will possibly fit an object of this shape. Instead, I've taken off my belt, and I'm going to use that to secure the pieces of wood in place. A day has passed. The glue on the body has dried. Overnight, I had an epiphany. Everywhere I've looked, it says that short neck balama should have 19 frets, but mine only has 18. I've also read that, unlike the guitar, the frets on the balama are movable. This is done to accommodate the large number of different scales that are used throughout Turkey, the Middle East, and the Balkans. Anyway, you see how that last fret is thicker? I had originally thought that was to mark where the octave was, but then I noticed that that isn't where the octave is. I'm wondering if that's actually just 2 frets. Look at that. And they're easy to move too. I think that somehow, either intentionally or by accident, the 19th fret just migrated, so it ended up sort of sidled up against the 18th fret. There we go. I'm pretty excited about this because it means that now I have a quote-unquote normal instrument. My next area of focus is the missing peg. For that, I'm going to get out my Tupperware container of violin parts. I'm hoping one of these violin pegs will fit. Okay, that one is too loose. And this one is too tight. I'd rather go too tight than too loose. I'm just going to start with this one and then sand it down a bit. My next problem is that the peg doesn't have a hole in it. I'm just going to use this hand drill to drill a hole right below the head. That's pretty good. Okay, it's still sticking out relative to the other pegs, but it's way, way better. And yeah, definitely usable. By the way, the strings have arrived and they're actually made in Istanbul. How cool is that? Okay, the string is on. Now comes the hard part, learning to play the instrument. There isn't a tremendous amount of English language information about this instrument, but there are a few really great videos out there. I'm sure I'll be playing along with all of these in the next few weeks. The Turkish music theory system centers on scales called makam. All told, the system is pretty complicated, but when it comes to this instrument, there are 3 or 4 scales that are most commonly used. After watching this video, I've been playing around with the Hijaz scale. This scale is super common in both Greek and Turkish folk music. And it actually doesn't touch those microtonal frets at all. Playing this scale is really easy. Almost like the entire instrument was designed around it. I kind of like this riff. I'm going to chop it up in Ableton and add some drums. So apparently the thing I was playing was actually in 5/4. Anyway, here's how it sounds now. All in all, I think this is an amazing instrument. It's super easy to play, it sounds beautiful, and the default fret layout is a work of genius. The idea that you can play the full range of notes from the 12-tone scale, but also have access to these microtonal scales is just really cool. Gives you the best of both worlds. And to top it all off, if you're unhappy with that, you can just move the frets. It's a really flexible system. I have, of course, sampled this instrument, both at home with my good microphones and in a hotel room in Berlin. Both of those recordings are now available to patrons. Speaking of which, if you like the work that I do, a great way of supporting this channel is by joining the Patreon. Every month you'll get an exclusive sample library just like this one. Okay, I think that's it. See you soon!